This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
We say hello to our friends jumping on right now, 98.9 The Rock, Kansas City's rock station. Just missed your boy Chris calling in from Kansas City. Also 96.5 WCMF Rochester's Classic Rock, and Big Dog 97.9 in Joplin, Missouri. Welcome to the program, and a big one we have for you today. Your guess is as good as mine. Categories food and pets. Return of Ask the Men's Room, profile this, and we're doing our random question. Now, right before you joined us there, the question: what band artist do you absolutely hate? Chris, not the biggest incarnation of whatever happened between Guns N' Roses and they broke up until the time where they've reunited, but the reason for the question. And it's never a good idea, by the way, to keep living with your ex even after you break up. But 54-year-old Vernette Bader of North Charleston. Vernette Bader.
Beautiful sounding.
Vernette Bader of North Charleston, South Carolina. That is a woman. Vernette.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Vernette?
Vernette.
Absolutely.
Okay, you'd heard that.
She's not nice.
You've heard that that name before? Vernette?
Just sounds like an older woman.
But right.
I've heard of Verna.
I've heard of Verna.
All right.
Right.
All right. Either way. She and her 64-year-old boyfriend broke up, and they still live together as roommates. And then on Monday night, that bad idea fell apart quickly when Vernette's ex would not stop listening to the Eagles. He was blasting their music, ignored Vernette when she kept asking him, please, whatever you do, turn that stuff off. Finally, she ended up grabbing a 14-inch bread knife from the kitchen and started swinging it at him. He managed to lock himself in the bathroom, but not before he suffered several cuts on his arms and hands defending himself. Vernette was arrested and charged with aggravated domestic violence. There's no word on what Eagles songs caused the fight.
Doesn't matter.
But, yeah.
Name it.
Yeah.
And I would say yes. Name whatever song from the Eagles, and I would say yes. That is the song
that caused the
random.
My mother loved on the Pearl Jam, right? People like, man, all these things. Are you talking about Mookie Blaylock? No. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about my friend who, as he explains it to me, will not give Pearl Jam the time of day because of Mother Love. So whatever else you know, and you people are correct, whatever else you know about what's going on, none of that matters to him. I did not say he was smart. I even opened it with a little bit of a Joe Biden. Love him to death. Take a bullet for him. Because he's an idiot. And he's stubborn. He's stubborn. So I hear what you're saying. But again, I'm just repeating his position. Hello, Rune. Welcome to the men's room.
How are you guys doing?
Hola.
Okay. Here's your random question. This might be an easy one. Who do you know? You don't have to give the names. Just give us an example. But who do you know that is always in a bad mood?
Oh, see, that's super easy. My best friend is always in a pissy mood.
But it's your best
what
friend.
It's about. Yeah.
And is it hard to hang out with him because of this?
No, not really. More or less because we're typically pissed off about the same thing.
So you're in a bad mood as well. All right, and why is that?
Well, wait, are you in a bad mood or just pissed off? Because everyone can be pissed off. Then there's the guy who carries the torch of anger for the next month and a half.
I don't know if it's more or less that I'm pissed off or if it's just irritated or agitated.
Do you guys feed off of each other when you're complaining?
Yes.
That's probably why you're. That's probably why. So it's good that you guys hang out. It's probably like going to counseling. You can just vent, right?
But would your friend say that you are the guy that's always in a bad mood, or is it clearly he's in the worst mood?
Yeah, we would probably argue about it for a little while.
I'm more pissed off.
No, I am.
See, don't we always say that about friends?
Do you eat a lot of fast food? Oh, it's gone?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Friends are the people, and I always say it, the people who you like in spite of what you know about them.
The reason we asked who is always in a bad mood. Apparently, eating fast food will put you in a really bad mood. At least according to an author named Rachel Kelly, who wrote a new book called The Happiness Diet. She says it's because of all the trans fats in fast food, especially the fries. They are the worst. They mess with the levels of omega-3 fatty acids in your body, which can lead to you being pessimistic, aggressive, and depressed. And fast food isn't the only food that she says will bum you out. Basically, anything that tastes good will. Some of the other foods that she says will put you in a bad mood are diet soda, sugary cereal, prepackaged donuts, shortening and margarine, salty snacks, and canned food.
Of course. If it tastes good, it's bad
What
for
canned
canned
food?
food?
What canned food are people eating? Is my question.
tuna. Soup.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
tuna.
but is that,
right.
that can't put you in a
But
bad
doesn't
mood. That's tuna.
But doesn't it have them? What do omega-3s do? What are they? Because they do these commercials on TV and they say
it's a
loaded with
fish oil,
omega-3s.
right?
And you go, that's great. What is it? If I didn't know what arsenic was, you could tell me it's loaded with arsenic. And I just assume it's good. Like, what do they do? If you have a deficiency, can you have a deficiency in omega-3, or is it just something nice to add to your body? You know what I'm saying? Like, vitamin C you don't retain, you know you need it, so you do things to get vitamin C. Right. Omega-3s, I'm like, do I already produce this, or is
No.
this?
I don't
It's a
think
good
so.
source of them.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like
So you
salmon,
gotta be, dude.
fat,
But what are
healthy,
they?
fatty fish juices?
I mean,
Yeah,
does
I don't know. It just
does
don't
it help
know
your
either.
hair grow? Is it for your
I don't-
complexion?
obviously not, 'cause
Your
I
blood
take one every day and
flow?
I have no hair on my
You look
body.
like hell.
Yeah,
but I mean,
exactly.
I just don't
It doesn't do
understand.
anything.
So I watch these commercials and they talk about how healthy stuff is, but it's always just kind of the thing where it's like, I don't know what this is that you're telling me. So you can say lots of omega-3s. Is that good or bad?
Yeah,
And
I don't know
one,
what they are.
See, no one even knows.
I just think you need to take one a day.
So I do have a little bit of information on the health effects of omega-3.
Well, where the hell were you, Mike? I've
Sorry,
been asking
man,
for
I'm
5 goddamn minutes.
You know,
Yeah,
man,
Mike.
just step it up.
The evidence linking the consumption of omega-3 fats to a lower risk of cancer.
Okay, that's good.
Cardiovascular disease helps
right.
it a little bit. Inflammation helps a little bit. Developmental disabilities.
Too late. All right, what else they got?
Mental health. Cognitive aging.
Okay, all right.
I think it's better to get it from eating fish. I saw this whole thing on fish oil, right?
Okay.
So I want to say it's down in the
Just make up a place.
Peru or
Sure.
Chile.
Peru.
Somewhere down there.
Still Peru under the bus.
Yeah. They catch a lot of small fish, right? Like sardines or whatever that
Yeah.
would be. But most of them never get eaten. They just get processed into fish oil. So now they're kind of at an area, they're getting to this point where like they might have to stop fishing them for a season so they don't.
Just depleting everything, I'm guessing?
Right. What kind of happened down in California. If you look at Monterey
Right.
Bay, like they never enforced any of the restrictions and the fish are all gone now.
Now there's no fish.
Right. So the fish oil is the same thing. Like they're almost like they'll get them so tiny that like nobody would eat them, but they just grind them up and make the fish oil.
Huh, okay.
The whole special made you kind of like, if you take fish oil, be like, oh, my bad.
I enjoy that you watch these types of things.
I love little fish.
I was
man.
like,
eat
oh no, I
sardines
just
a
watched
lot.
somebody do, man. Oh, good, man. I got your fish oil knowledge.
Anchovies. I enjoy the.
I do
little
like
fish.
anchovies.
I like them too. I would rather eat them than just take the pill.
Exactly, but you still get your omega-3s as bad as eating the bitch, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You,
all right.
you went to a Spanish restaurant though, man. You'd have your omega-3s taken care of for like a month. They,
Yeah,
just,
right.
they, I mean, like
Random,
one meal and you're
random,
good.
random.
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Liquor and Horrors Brothers.
Liquor and whores.
Mark, how are you, man?
Man, I'm living the dream, brothers. How about you?
We're doing well, thank you. Let's go with this
That
one.
means on his playground, all of God's children, both black and white, they're playing together.
Huh? It's like a McDonald's
That's
commercial.
the dream,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a Benetton ad from back in the day. Like, wow.
But only black and white people.
Everybody.
MLK didn't include it. It wasn't like
Yeah.
black, white. It was just like, no, black and white. Hey, down in the back there, Asian friend. Like, he did that. It wasn't all inclusive.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's
I
go.
like
with
I
the
got
guy.
both covered, man. I'm black and white, so we're good.
it. All right.
Oh, he'd have loved you. Just playing the playground by yourself.
You're the yin yang. Let's go with this one. What's the worst smelling
Right.
person you've ever made or met? Oh, you know what?
Made.
What's your kid's
Steve, Steve wrote the question.
Oh,
I
I
just read
did
it.
write that.
So yeah, I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna take the fall.
I'm doing that
I
every
used to
week.
Work with
He'll read whatever you put in front of
smells
him.
like a dying rat.
dying rat.
Who smells like a dying rat?
Oh, it was the chick I used to work with. She was like 350 pounds of no, thank you, God.
No, thank you, God. That's a beautiful
She
description.
You knew when she came into work 10 minutes before she hit the door because it was like Big Bang. There was a wave that came in and said, duck.
What? I mean, honest to God, what did it really smell like? I know you're exaggerating a little bit, but what was the smell? Was it too much perfume? Was it body
Hot
odor?
garlic and 3-day-old tuna.
Garlic and tuna. Surely she
3-day-old
knew.
tuna.
Surely she knew she smelled that bad, right?
Oh, she knew.
Was she in good shape with all this garlic and tuna?
No.
350
no,
pounds.
she was
I
a
missed that part,
zero
sorry.
No.
Why did she do this?
You know,
Did she work at? Were you working? Was you working at a cannery?
No, we were working desk jobs. Brother was a finance job, and our manager was afraid of getting sued, so he didn't want to tell her that she smelled like straight ass.
Well, if you phrase it like that.
Are you a smaller company? You didn't have an HR person, anything like that?
We did, and they tried to tell her that you need to bathe on a regular basis. But I'm guessing in her family tree that means once a month, because damn!
Was it cultural, or was it just lack of any hygiene? In other words, was it...
It wasn't cultural. She was nasty white chick.
Okay. Nasty white chicks have no culture, and don't you forget it.
Culture free.
Yeah, she says she's from, quote, England. Reason why that's the worst smelling person you've ever met or made. A Nigerian mother claimed she and her family, and they were booted from a United Airlines flight because of what they called her pungent odor.
Smell it.
Pungent, that's a word that really knocks it out of the park, doesn't it?
It's not, it's like, look, it's kind of like the word moist. In and among itself, it doesn't mean it's something negative, but no one ever uses that word unless they mean something negative.
Mother has filed a civil suit alleging discrimination. The suit claims the woman, Queen Obiama, and her children boarding a San Francisco-bound flight. When Obiama arrived to her seat to find her seat occupied by a man who was white. Now, I don't know how in the hell you mess up the air. Look, man, I haven't been to a venue. I've been to a baseball game. I've been to one baseball game this year, and no one was in the seat. That was amazing. But most of the time when I go to a venue, somebody's in my seat already, and they know damn well they're in my seat. Because we all can count. We all know letters. We all know rows. We all know the difference between 23 and 24.
Almost.
Somebody was in their seat. So this is, well, anyway. Basically, but the man said, hey, I'm not going to move. And then eventually... she agreed to take a different business class seat, according to the suit. Says she went to the bathroom before takeoff, and upon her return, the man blocked her from sitting back down. This gets crazier. As the Miami Herald notes, most airlines reserve the right to remove foul-smelling passengers at their discretion. However, she says that she and her family were victims of racism. The suit claims United wrongfully singled out her and her children because they were black and punished them because a white man did not want them on the plane. Family eventually made it to San Francisco, albeit 5 hours later, and on to Canada, where her children attend school. That's kind of a crazy situation, right?
She also might stink.
Yeah, it could be that, too. Random question. 844-999-OLA. More calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
Still to come, the return of Ask the Men's Room. If you have a question for any of us here in the Men's Room, just shoot us an email to the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. Make the subject Ask the Men's Room and ask the way. That's coming up right before we drink and toast with a shot of the day. In the meantime, it is our random question 844-999-OLA. If you were on hold, call back. Our phone system has taken a complete S on it.
By the way, just so you know, one of the things that came up were omega-3s.
Right? Yeah, people are really into this.
Well, I don't know what they are. You can say they're great. Who the hell knows? Apparently, everybody knows. But specifically, I guess omega-3s, they are very good for your brain tissue.
All right.
So as far as so now we know, and that's great. I think that's good. That it helps your cognitive function. Just every once in a while on these commercials, I feel they should at least explain what the hell they're talking about. So you say it's rich in whatever. That's good for your, right? Fill in the blank. If it's good for your heart, if it's good for your kidneys, good for your brain. Because just saying stuff, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe people know more than me, but I'm like, omega-3 sounds like a failed rocket from NASA in the 60s.
Man, the only problem I still have with that stuff is there's a lot of garbage out there that you can put in your body. And the same person who makes one omega-3
it's called
is the
delicious
same person that makes another omega-3. And I've watched these studies, too, on Frontline or whatever the hell it was, where you've got one omega-3 that's really good stuff that was put out by a pharmaceutical company that filtered it and did all this stuff. Then you can have another people that are selling snake oil. They're selling trash. And because it's not FDA regulated, there's only a certain percentage of all kinds, and even if it says organic and this and that
doesn't mean
they can
anything.
put whatever in the hell they want on there, and they can still sell you snake oil because it's not regulated on what you're getting. You might think you're getting a magnesium pill or a zinc pill or whatever, and you're maybe only getting like real fruit juice. 5% to 10% of what you need.
But part of that, too.
It's not regulated, so you don't know. So a lot of people are putting toxins into their body and don't even know it.
But it's also up to you to do. I mean, look, and I do, again, I am a cynic at heart. So one of the things I do, and it, generally speaking, it doesn't matter the commercial, but anything I'm not 100% in line with what it is, as soon as they start talking, whatever small print shows up at the bottom of the screen, whatever it is that tells you that whatever you're hearing is complete garbage, I always read. It is the first thing I do. So, like with car companies, it's pretty standard. Like, look, the model you're seeing is not one we're going to sell you, right? That has every
because we don't have one at that price that we're advertising,
and we don't have one that looks that cool. But it's kind of understood. You go, okay, because that's not about my health. But as soon as someone goes, try this thing, and that little thing pops up and says, this is not FDA regulated. I'm like, then it doesn't matter what they're telling you.
Oh, they used to do the same thing.
It doesn't mean that it's junk, but there's absolutely nothing that says that anything, or even worse, what it says, the FDA has not corroborated these statements. To me, that feels worse than saying that, like, it's one thing to say, hey, man, we haven't really reviewed your product, but it's not something that we have to. We let it go. It's another thing where the FDA says, we've heard what you're saying, but right now, as best we can tell, we cannot agree that that's the case. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I see that,
Miles is right. They do such a good job. It's hard to tell which is which.
Always look at the fine print. I know it's done, and you'll never be able.
The problem with these drugs is they're not required to have the fine print. Where that auto manufacturer, he's required to have the fine print. When you're a pharmaceutical industry, you're required to have the fine print because it's got to go through the FDA.
Right.
But if we go to the GNC store, all of that stuff never even had to go through. Never had to go through the filter.
No.
So there's no fine print. So you just don't know. It's better to know and see the fine print.
I agree.
At least those people have gone through.
I mean, that's what that Dr. Oz guy got in trouble for, because he was going on a show promoting products, but they weren't tested by anything, and then it came back that he was just kind of putting out lies.
Yeah, but he figured out how to circumvent the system. If you pay money to advertise on TV or radio, whatever, but TV, you visually see their disclaimer. Whether they're on the level or not, they basically have to tell you, hey, man, we're not on the level. And the print says it. But if Dr. Oz on his show just wants to say, I enjoy this product, that's their way of selling us crap without having to put up the, hey, we're lying to you crap at the bottom of the screen.
That's it.
That son of a bitch.
Dr. Oz.
Hello, Miles. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola! Oh, all right. Let's go with this one, man. Miles, the people that are popular out there that other people like, and maybe they find them attractive, what or who do you not find as sexy or attractive as other people? Like, who are you not attracted to that most people think is really hot?
Oh, Jesus. Has to be, any of the Kardashians, really. I mean, just the fakeness of them, the plastic, the disproportionate body sizes. It's like, God, come on, just be natural.
Okay, all right.
Like, hey, if I'm ugly, I got no hair. Hey, I'm ugly, I got no hair. That's just like, the hand that I got dealt. But
let me guess, you are ugly and have no hair.
Well, it's going away. Surely.
Yeah.
I got the ugly part down. Right. It's the hair loss.
Yeah, Okay. Yeah. I'll fess up to that.
So okay, let's just their physical. Forget anything that they would say. Not that anyone worries about anything that they say, but as you looked at them, if you saw them walking down the street, you would not find them to be physically attractive.
No.
Who would you find? Who would you find physically attractive?
Oh, geez. Just really not natural. Like somebody like famous then.
I mean, just so
I'm not sure if there's
any
natural famous people. I think Jennifer Gardner is a pretty striking looking woman for her age. You know,
Kathy Bates.
I don't know how natural that is. I'm sure a lot of it is, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's hard to know. I mean, that's the thing about celebrities, though. Their business is to look good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, if The Rock gets a movie, we always know, like, is he playing an action hero? Because he's jacked like you've never seen. His veins look like garden hoses growing out of his skin. If he's not quite like that, then we know he's playing a more normal role, right? So, I mean, that's the whole thing about being a celebrity.
But even like The Rock, as much as he works out and everything, like he's admitted to having like liposuction or something before.
Absolutely. I mean,
it's crazy.
But you know what? But that's the nature of the job. And if the job dictates that you have to look a certain way, why wouldn't you do it? I mean, we all have things that we need to do for our job, right? Like you wouldn't be on the show if you could not speak English. They'd be like, well,
that would be hard.
No one's going to know what you're saying. It's not much different.
Hola. The reason we asked what or who do you not think is sexy?
Hola.
Back in 1988, Angela Lansbury. Do we remember Angela Lansbury?
Yeah, Murder, She Wrote.
All right. Yeah,
and nothing else. That's all I know.
So she was trying to do a little positive thing here. So she made a video called Angela Lansbury's Positive Moves, My Personal Plan for Fitness and Well-Being. And it is an exercise and wellness video for older people. At the time, in 1988, when Angela did this, she was 63 years old. Now, there is a scene where Angela talks about sexuality, and it's set to footage of her taking a sensuous bath. No, her hands never wander anywhere inappropriate, but she does seem to be enjoying herself in there very much when you cannot see them. She says, it used to be thought that women lose interest in sex after menopause, but now we know that's not true. Obviously, both you and your partner are different than you were when you were 30 years younger, but if you can accept the inevitable physical or other changes, you can keep the romance in your life. And then she slides down into the bubble bath and smiles. Angela Lansbury.
Yeesh.
Yeah, getting it on.
Random.
I'm about to murder that. Hello, Archimedes. Welcome to the men's room.
Oh, hey.
Hola.
Hola. Random question
Well,
time.
so, my thought was I don't find Scarlett Johansson as attractive as other people.
All right.
And because of her nose.
What about her nose? I'm not sure I ever even noticed her nose.
Yeah, well, that's like the first thing I noticed, like in a movie, in her old clips, and when she's starting.
You don't like people with that ski lift nose that kind of looks like a ski jump that goes upward?
Exactly.
I knew it. Okay. So Meg Ryan was probably never attractive to you either.
Miss Peggy.
Yeah, all the little.
Oh my God! I don't
Louis
know.
Anderson.
The nose.
The nose doesn't do it.
All the otherwise gorgeous
Like
people.
I think Hollywood does something with makeup that makes her nose stand out more too.
Okay. Well, she's
Yeah, a lot of
Make
people
her
get-
nose
I
look
find
bigger.
she's a very attractive woman. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think she's super. But people get plastic surgery too to almost get that nose kind of
That little
sticking
ski
up.
lift
Why?
nose. I don't know.
I'm with you, man. I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't mess with perfection. Let's go with this random question. What would you say is your all-time favorite fast food item? This includes everything. If you like to walk into Dunkin' Donuts and get a donut, if you like to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac, any place where you can walk in, grab food, walk out, what is your favorite fast food item?
Well, being around here, Dick's Burgers is where it's at.
Dick's Burger. So if you could get anything, you go get a Dick's.
Yeah.
What
Hot
kind?
bag of Dick's.
And what
I get
burger?
I get a deluxe and a cheeseburger, some fries, and a shake
Every time.
every time.
All right. Okay.
I always eat too
not,
much.
That's not a bad combination, though, man. Two
No,
burgers
yeah.
and fries, because the fries aren't that much. You know what I mean? It's just.
To me, it's a classic combination.
It really is.
Two
Yeah, good
burgers,
shake.
fries, and a shake. You know.
The reason. What about you guys? You got a favorite on the fast food world? Something that
No.
you enjoy more than others?
Just depends on my mood at the moment.
I mean, just based for consistency, I might say the sausage McMuffin with egg.
All right.
As many times I've been to McDonald's over the years for breakfast, I don't know that I very much veer off of that.
I get fired up for a good hamburger. So if it's Five Guys, anytime I go to Five Guys, I'm never disappointed. Never disappointed in the burger. Never
Babysit my
disappointed in the
kid.
fries.
They'll take it Five Guys any day of the week you want to go.
I get fired up about an In-N-Out burger for sure.
Yeah, but part of that's because we just don't have it close.
Chick-fil-A fish sandwich.
Sure.
Fish sandwich.
Or I'm sorry, chicken sandwich. And what else? One more. There's one more on the list. Arby's roast beef sandwich.
Yeah, but I
Roast
mean,
beef
there's
and cheddar.
nothing like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's their competition, man?
They don't have one.
Nothing.
And that
They
big-
got the meats, bitch.
Big beef
Understand
and
it.
cheddar, man. That's a great sandwich. The reason we asked, what is your favorite fast food item? Krispy Kreme, obviously more closely associated with its fresh donuts than anything else. A lot of people think that that's the best donut.
That might be a good call.
Hands down. So it came as something of a surprise to learn that it's been named the 2018 brand of the year for coffee. In the well-respected Harris Poll's 30th annual Equitrend study, they asked a bunch of people what they liked as far as their coffee trends are concerned. The competition, you know them, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, all kinds of McDonald's in there. Several other food and drink categories were included in the poll. Burger restaurants, casual dining, ice cream, and froyo shops.
Froyo.
Mexican restaurant, Taco Bell.
Have you ever had froyo?
I have not.
I've
Yes.
never had it in my life.
Dude, you know what? I went and got some a couple weeks ago with some friends.
Is it a new trend? Is that why I haven't heard of it?
You've had frozen yogurt.
Okay.
Froyo.
All right, I didn't know.
God, you're so unhip, man.
I know. It's like, is that coming
Gee,
back
the
again?
Times
But wasn't
Square.
it like 30, 40 years ago that was popular?
They had
TCBY.
right.
TCBY.
Or I can't believe it's not whatever the hell. Butter.
Yogurt.
What's it that with
the country's
TCBY
best,
was?
the country's best yogurt.
What?
Oh, the country's best yogurt. That's, yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, believe it or not, as far as the best coffee went to Krispy Kreme donuts. The annual study includes more than 3,000 brands across 300 categories. It's everything from life insurance to automobiles to hotels, TV networks. They asked more than 77,000 consumers to rate randomly selected brands. These polls, basically, they'll rate everything from your favorite pizza chain to everything else, but surprisingly enough. And they were surprised by the results.
So Krispy Kreme.
They just said they had the best. They figured they might have the best donut.
Sure.
That was going to come into competition.
That's
but
because their donuts are made 100% out of crack.
Yeah.
That is the only ingredient in them.
It was last week I was saying, like, like radio stations, right? Like people bring by donuts often.
Sure.
And everybody loves donuts, and some of them are great. But some of the donuts that show up, like you'll see a half sitting around,
Which
or this,
just-
like by the time we get here, there's still some donuts laying
there's
around.
donut fragments.
There's a few.
There was 4 boxes of Krispy Kremes out there the other day, but they
What?
were all empty.
Oh, yeah,
That's what
they're
I'm saying.
gone.
It's the only and I'm not saying they're
You know
just
what?
that
They're
good,
not- and they're not heavy, man.
right? So people like that. That's a great call. That might be the best fast food item because everybody I know will be like, "Yeah, I'll take a Krispy Kreme."
I could eat a dozen Krispy Kreme, and yeah, you get the guilt, and yes, I'm going to die, but you don't feel it's not super heavy. Where the average donut, maybe a donut and a half, because yeah, I'll eat donuts until I can't eat anymore. I have no
Yeah.
problem. So like Top Pot they're good, but they're so dense. I'm like, I eat one, I'm good for the day, man.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme, it's made of air and sugar and crack.
I think the problem with donuts is if you go
Nothing.
in...
That's not saying
Well,
there's problems, dude.
Right, man. Pick your words
if you,
carefully.
If you go in... Okay, there's 2 problems with donuts.
Now there's 2.
There's 2. There's 2 problems.
Pick your words carefully. There's 2 of them.
The first problem is...
They don't serve enough haterade.
If you go in and you get donuts, all right, very rarely, because there's so many selections, do you
Yeah.
ever just get a basic glazed donut? Mm-hmm. And just a basic glazed donut sometimes is is one of the best donuts, but you kind of overlook them because there's all these
okay.
other...
It's like plain
there's frosted-
potato chips.
Right, there's all these frosted
When
things.
you come
and-
back,
Yeah.
it's tremendous.
Now, if you go and you'll get all kinds of good stuff and bring it back to the office, but if someone else goes, then they might bring back the original, which is good, but then they mess it up by getting something with jelly in it. And
I don't mind jelly.
I have no problem with a cream-filled donut.
Oh, no.
But when you
no,
start
no.
putting fruit in my donut, man, that pisses me
First
off.
of all, if
No.
you think
I am
that
not
the
happy with
jelly
lemon,
in a
cherry.
donut has ever met fruit, you're out of your mind.
But it's not. It just
It's
doesn't.
heard of fruit, and it's
Thrill
trying to
eats them.
Dude, but listen.
Like, should we call it
You
real
know it's
fruit?
not real
He's
fruit.
eating the filling. He hates fruit.
The filling in a
Yeah.
donut is a tribute band, right?
Right.
It's close. And maybe if you close
You
your
like
eyes.
the cream better? Like the Boston
Oh, I
cream?
hate Boston
donut?
I mean,
cream.
donut,
No way.
Boston
Okay.
cream pies or cream. Yeah, those
Boston-
donuts are delicious.
I just don't like the cream.
but
man.
also, I would thrill. Like I like the raspberry filled ones. I like the lemon filled ones.
All right.
Look,
But
man,
I don't know how fruity that is. That feels like there was originally some cranberries and then a lot of sugar.
Right.
They got stuff piped inside this donut.
And then they realized that the cranberries cost too much, so they just stuck with gelatin and sugar and food
Okay.
color. And listen,
You
man.
think I'd like it because I like jelly?
Yeah, but that's the point. I don't like fruit. You do. So the fact that you don't like the filling and I do says there is no fruit.
All right. So it's like a
inside.
pop. It's a Pop-Tart. Same way you can eat a Pop-Tart and have no idea.
Right. Like if I'm eating a vegetable, guess what? It's not a vegetable. It's something that looks like a vegetable. So yeah, if you don't like the fruit filling in a donut, Miles, it's because it's not real fruit.
Okay. All right.
I will, in your defense, though, when you're going to bring a bunch of donuts back to the office, number one, those stuffed ones cost way too much.
They do.
Number
And
two,
they just save the money.
especially for the office. Number two is, I'm with you. That's a bold donut choice. You're bringing donuts for people. Stick with some plains, maybe some chocolate.
Wait, what's
Yeah.
wrong with getting the jelly for a group of people? You don't have to eat
Because you don't know what's
and
inside it.
It doesn't
Someone's
matter.
gonna cut into it because you know because you got them. No one else knows. So they got to see like, I wonder what's in here.
But
And then
it's
they cut
only
into
one.
it.
If they get a dozen donuts, only one of them.
I think for the office,
that?
no jelly filling.
No, after
and I
the
love
office.
them.
Maybe a French cruller.
Oh,
yes.
I will take that instantly.
Crullers are the best.
Is it cruller or cruller?
I don't
I
know.
call them crullers.
Whatever. Crunchy deliciousness. That's what they're called. More of the random question coming up. If you'd like to be involved there, 844-999. Ola, your guess is as good as mine coming up, and we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, the exciting return of Ask the Men's Room. If you have a question for any of us here in the Men's Room, just shoot us an email to the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. Make the subject Ask the Men's Room, and away we go. We'll do that right before we drink in the toast with the shot of the day. In the meantime, it is our random question, 844-999. Ola.
Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, what's up?
Hola.
Andrew, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you guys?
Okay, we're doing good. Hey, Andrew, do you want a random question, or would you like a inappropriate question?
I gotta go with the inappropriate question.
Oh, you do? All
It's
right.
the inappropriate question.
All right, here we go. Do you ever have conversations with people about your partner's sexual ability or inability?
You know, I honestly can't say that I do.
That's an honest answer.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, well, hey, look.
Don't be sorry to us.
Yeah,
she should be happy.
Right.
Is it just not worth mentioning, or is it out of respect?
I feel like I can't answer one of those because of the other one.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute. So it's, well, no, that's not true because
No,
if
that's
you love
like
and care for
pleading
someone,
the fifth. It means
no,
guilty as charged.
No, if you respect someone. You
It could
respect,
go either way. I mean,
right. Okay, but
the way he phrased it says it all.
how long
Miles.
how long have you been with your current partner there?
we've been married for 6 years now.
Okay,
And we've been together for about 11 or 12 years.
So it's been a long time.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And do you still have regular intercourse?
Oh, yeah.
No, with each other.
I mean, in as much as a married person really has regular intercourse. I'm talking like maybe every other day if I'm lucky, but
Well,
that's just what we're talking.
that's really good.
Must be
I think.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Every other day seems pretty
frequent.
nice.
Yeah, it seems awesome.
The alternative is every day. So every other
Right,
day.
exactly. Like
Yeah, I mean,
hell,
hopeful for every day if I can.
every other day would be great. Yeah, I'd be down with that. Okay.
I'm feeling way better about myself now.
You should be feeling way better about yourself. I'm telling you.
I'm feeling worse
The
about
majority
myself.
of the people who would call this program, there's going to be some that have sex a lot more than others, but
Sure.
every other day it's steady. It's not like you're streaking, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm
Like
glad you feel good.
you're on the level.
That's good for you.
Yes, it
glad
is.
you called.
Right, but you know what? But your wife never has to worry about you doing anything dumb. You know what I mean? Because you're always just going to come home because you know that chances are you're going to have sex.
No, 50-50, Miles.
But still, that's better odds than most people have. You know what I mean? Like
well, 50-50.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen one night, wait till the next. Right? I mean, come on.
Yes.
Random.
Yeah, every other day. Honestly, he said, as far as, married people go, I thought he was going to say like once a couple times
Once a month, right. It's like every other day.
Yeah. Marriage stuff sucks.
Hello, Ray. Welcome to the men's room.
How you doing, guys? Hola.
Hola.
All right, Ray. Here we go. Ray, who have you met who it was pretty exciting for you to meet? And who would you like to meet? If you could, if you get a chance. Maybe have a handshake, a beer, one of those things.
I met Flavor Flav on the Irish Sea as we were leaving Belfast on a ferry floating over towards Scotland.
That is exactly where I would expect to meet Flava Flav is between...
What did he say?
They just finished up a concert the night before, the whole band, and Chuck D taps me on the shoulder because we were waiting for to order breakfast, and the only black fellows within 100 square miles are standing in front of me trying to order an omelet. It was good times.
Okay, that sounds pretty
What
crazy.
did Chuck D ask when he tapped you on the shoulder?
He just said, "Oh man, I don't need any food. I'm not hungry," and I was just in awe because I saw those guys back in the '90s. In Chicago. I didn't even know they were still alive.
Eggs, they're good for your soul.
But Flav, was Flav wearing the clock?
Yes, he was, and it was the local time, too.
Oh, no way.
Damn.
God,
Really?
Oh, my God, it was so awesome.
He's traveling.
He's Flavor Flav. He's gotta wear one, and it's gotta be on.
It's gotta be the right time.
No, but I like the fact that he adjusts for
If you know you're the guy who wears the clock, you better be the guy that you could trust
have
at
the time, dude.
And
Right?
he's
Have
on
the
tour.
time, at
He's
least.
probably got a clock guy.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, guaranteed.
I imagine it's like a child, like Flavor Flav. Get over here. Let's set your clock.
Oh, I feel like some brother like, look, for 20 years, man, I'm Flav's clock guy.
Okay. Reason we asked who have you met?
All-time
Clock.
guy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you read the story on the internet. It did travel around the world, and some people around the world were touched by the story, especially in Syracuse, the story of C.J. LaFrance. He was a 9-year-old with Hodgkin's lymphoma who was able to visit the Syracuse Orange University football team last August, and he got a full day of hanging out at practice, which was his dream. Police now say that his parents, Martin and Jolene LaFrancis, fabricated the boy's illness so that he could hang out with the Syracuse Orangemen for the day. According to the sheriff via Syracuse.com, the LaFrances were charged last Friday with a scheme to defraud and endangering the welfare of a child. The parents' GoFundMe page for CJ raised over $3,000 out of a goal of $8,000, which will in fact be returned to the donors. On the original article from Syracuse.com, there was a comment left by the kid's grandmother who plugged the fundraising page. They just lied about the kids.
That is...
To see Syracuse football.
So, to go to a practice. Ran a question if you'd like to get in on it, 844-999. Hola.
The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.